First of all, my name is Nate Ferguson. I'm running for president on the bold slate. I'm a junior in the College of Arts and Sciences, majoring in political science and educational studies. I'm the current vice president of administration for Student Union. Other positions I've held are vice president of programming and was the class president for 2 years. Kind of just getting into my vision for what SU is, I really want SU to be seen as a resource for student groups, a place where they can come in order for PR advice or event planning advice or an advocacy tool, something that they feel comfortable with coming to talk to. Also, the slate plans to have both long and short-term goals, balance those so that we leave SU in a great place if we do get elected when we leave office. There are 3 main pillars to the platform: accessibility, strategic, and then to improve the student experience. In terms of making SU more accessible, we really want to participate in active outreach, going out to student groups, talking to them, having face-to-face interactions with them so that we can best figure out what the student body wants, what some concerns are, what they're passionate about. Another thing we want to do is have office hours outside of the SU office, in places like the Whispers, Olin Business School, Sam Fox, places where students might not come to the SU office, but they're always in places like that. So having them feel comfortable coming to talk to us. In terms of strategic, there are a couple things we want to do, such as reducing over-programming. A couple ways we'll do that is through utilizing the link more, having a huge interactive calendar in the duck, and having post-event evaluations. Then also speaking to the resources as well. We want to have workshops for student groups, such as an example would be going beyond the flyer, creative ways to publicize, and just workshops that would really help the students and student groups out. Also, we would create a 5-year plan for SU. We feel like SU is extremely unstable, and one of the reasons is because there's different execs that come in every year. So just creating a vision for SU will really help it along the way. We also okay, I'll finish up, and then then also we feel like the campus is extremely decentralized. So centralizing the campus, and one of the ways we want to do that was by using the SU website as a hub for student groups, for student initiatives that are going on campus, so that if a student has something that they want to pursue, the SU website will allow them to do that. And then just in terms of improving the student experience, I'll try to go quickly on this one, school pride in terms of both athletics and traditions, increasing campus card functionality so that people can use it off campus, and also increasing awareness of security, because security will always be a large problem on campus. And my slate has a lot of experience working with a lot of these things, so we'd be able to hit the ground running if we're re-elected.
Yeah, well, I guess what piqued my interest first was the 5-year plan.
Okay.
As a source of stability, I see its wisdom, but do you have anything? What's in the plan, first of all?
Well, the way that we would work the plan with is that we would bring everyone in from SU, people from Senate, people from Treasury, people from class councils, school councils, constitutional councils, everyone, as a way to kind of discuss the state of SU and where we want to take it in the future. We realized that there won't be like a mandate that says that the execs in the future years need to follow this exact plan, but it's more just a way for SU to come together and discuss the current state. And then also we feel that since so many people will be collaborating on this together, it will be the best that it can possibly be.
Do you have any ideas for what might be on it?
Well, we'd break it down into like SU internal structure, then also like where we could see ourselves being in terms of dining, in terms of school spirit. There would be both kind of like abstract ideas, but also some concrete ideas, like why not say average so many students at a football game or something like that in 5 years, and these are the ways that we would go about doing that. Because a lot of the goals that we have can't be accomplished in just 1 year, but we need to get the ball rolling on many of the plans.
You talked about the website a little bit as being a big attracting ground. Right now, I know just talking to people, you don't get much traffic there. I guess even once you make this great website, how are you going to get people there? How are you going to get students?
Well, one of the things that we absolutely need is a webmaster. You guys might have heard about this, but Jeff is currently serving as both the webmaster and the president, which of course is not a good thing. So finding a new webmaster would be absolutely top on one of our slate's priority list. And then we just want to make sure that students know about the website. A lot of people don't even necessarily know about the website, that there's su.woofsville.edu. So we post that all around campus. Also, if we turn this into a hub for all student groups and student initiatives, it would be to their best interest to post on it so that they can get their ideas out there and so that other people can get involved with them.
One thing you mentioned in your opening statement, and I think the one thing that hasn't been brought up very much is security. Can you go into some specifics on what your plans are in that regard?
Yeah, absolutely. So, first of all, let me say that SU shouldn't be seen as like the police force on campus. So what we would do is we'd do a campaign on education about security, about the different resources that are on campus, and about just different ways that you can keep yourself safer. So advertising stuff like Sarah, Uncle Joe's, Bear Patrol, the new shuttle that can go off campus, and things like that you can actually utilize. And then also just stuff like having another security education campaign, such as like don't forget to, this is a simple one, like lock your doors, walk with someone at night, just some simple things like that to remind people that we aren't in the best neighborhood and that stuff can happen, as we've seen in the past.
What do you think has been the biggest weakness of SU this year? And then, as a current member of the executive board, how do you think you will, what do you think you'll be doing differently next year? How do you think that you will be addressing those weaknesses?
So, one of the main things I noticed this year, of course there was some instability within SU with the executive resignations, which was extremely unfortunate, but I think that in the end we worked it out and were able to do some great things. But one of the major things I want to do next year is focus on the team approach. Make sure that all the execs know what's going on, what each other are doing, and can work together to further projects that we're working on. I've noticed that this past year, the execs have kind of been disjointed a little bit, and I've noticed that, so I pulled my slate together and we've been working as a team. We put our platform together as a team. We've been going around to groups as a team, and I will make sure that this continues next year and that we really work on projects together.
This is a question I wanted to end on, but I think students will be interested in this.
Okay.
How feasible do you think it is to get alcohol? Do you know the cost of a liquor license or all these things to get alcohol at these sporting events that you mentioned in your?
Yeah, it's actually very feasible. The senior class council actually wanted to do something with it this past year, but there were some hoops they had to jump through, and since it was kind of later on and you had to also go through alcohol training in order to do it, they couldn't do it. But after conversations they had with Jill Carnegie, they said it was completely feasible. It was just too late in the process in order to get it. So I'd work throughout the summer in order to make sure that could happen.
This is a question I wanted to end on, but I think students will be interested in this.
Okay.
How feasible do you think it is to get alcohol? Do you know the cost of a liquor license or all these things to get alcohol at these sporting events that you mentioned in your?
Yeah, it's actually very feasible. The senior class council actually wanted to do something with it this past year, but there were some hoops they had to jump through, and since it was kind of later on and you had to also go through alcohol training in order to do it, they couldn't do it. But after conversations they had with Jill Carnegie, they said it was completely feasible. It was just too late in the process in order to get it. So I'd work throughout the summer in order to make sure that could happen.